Problem 68. How many moles of pentane C5H12 are contained in the following number of molecules? So we're given 4 of them to do. Now, a mole is, let's write that down, 1 mole is the same thing as Avogadro's number of particles. And the particles we're talking about here are molecules. So, whoops, 6.022 times 10 to the 23rd molecules. So if we're told the number of molecules, then we can use this relation to get from molecules to moles. So let's do a couple of these. How about A and D? So for A, we start off with 5.00 times 10 to the 19th molecules. And we multiply by the conversion factor. We put the mole on top. 1 mole is the same thing as 6.022 times 10 to the 23rd molecules. That gets rid of the molecule units, and we're left with the mole unit. So we can see the units working out. It's going to be moles. And let's do the calculation. Let's break out the calculator. So 5.00 times 10 to the 19th. And then let's take that, let's parenthesize it, because we're going to take that and divide the whole thing by, and parenthesize this part, 6.022 times 10 to the 23rd. So you want to be careful with your parentheses here. If you didn't parenthesize this part or this part, you would run into trouble. Actually, if you left the parentheses out of this part, so let's leave the parentheses out of there. Let's see if we come up with the same answer. And yeah, you can see it's going to be 0.000830. So you get the same answer. But if you don't parenthesize the second part, then you're going to come up with something totally different. And see how you come up with something totally different. So let's go back. Let's get that original one. If you're not sure, just do more than enough parentheses. And there we go. So that's the answer. We have, hardly any moles. 0.000830 0.0000832 8302, I'm sorry. And then 8 keeps on going. How many sig figs do we need? Well, we got 3 sig figs for what we're starting with, and then the conversion factor has 4, so we're going to keep 3. Now you can look up Avogadro's number to more significant figures. I knew that this was 3 sig figs, so I looked it up to 4. Okay, when you have control over the sig figs and the conversion factor, make sure you get 1 more sig fig here than what you start with. So we'll keep 3, and this will round to 0.000830 moles, and that's the abbreviation for moles. So for part D, let's see, part D, what are we dealing with here? Okay, we got a little bit more molecules this time, 10 to the 20th. So we should end up with a little bit more moles. So 3.0 times 10 to the 20th molecules. let's write that down. So 3.10 times 10 to the 20th molecules. And 1 mole is the same thing as Avogadro's number of molecules, 6.022 times 10 to the 23rd molecules. And the units work out, of course. And we're going to be left with mole. And this time, let's just take that, let's copy it down. Let's change this to a power 20. Let's change this part to 3.1. There we go, 3.1 times 10 to the 20th. And there's our answer. So 0.000514477. And again, we're going to be left with 1, 2, 3 sig figs. This time it'll round up because of the 7 here. So here's a little bit more room. 0.000515 moles.